clicked on it.
Just to turn red if I remember.
Good afternoon, and I want to thank you so much. I'm scared to death. So I wanted to tell you ahead of time. I use because I'm going to get sidetracked, and my words some of them, but in the process before I'm going to bring Blue Wave Odyssey everything so they kind of back. Okay, here we go. I'm going to bring in.
Hello, everybody. How are you? Thank you, Dee, for having me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming out. Oh, Bob, thanks you much for helping me. Okay, so what I was saying is I do get nervous. I am nervous. I'm shaking. And I mean, I'm going to use my notes. But I just wanted to say, if I may cry and I may get emotional, but here's goes, okay? Can you hear the nerves? Sorry, people. Okay. So everybody, maybe not everybody, maybe some new people here. And if they are, I'm so glad you came to join me. And I want to tell you about Bob. Bob from Blue Wave Odyssey. He's quite a guy. I also want to thank my moderators. I have Roy from Roy and Becky's Travels here moderating for me. And okay. What I wanted to say before I even knew Bob was Bob from the Blue Wave Odyssey. He's been supporting my channel. I didn't even know really who he was until a couple days ago. It's crazy. Yet all along he's been supporting me. He's a real special guy. And a lot of you people are here because of him. And I'm so grateful for Bob. I'm so proud of him for what he does for our community. And I'm wearing a blue hat, which I made. I didn't make the hat, but I decorated it in honor of Bob. Bob, thank you so much for everything you do for us. And I wanted to thank Debbie too, personally, because of her sacrifice of her time of having you spend so much time helping us small channels. A lot of small channels here. There's a lot of big ones too. They're here to support us. That's what they do. That's what this community does. So before I go any further into my personal stuff, I wanted to say I only learned a couple things about Bob, but maybe he will embellish a little bit. Bob, you told me you had to hitchhike barefoot and you were homeless. Tell us about that if you want to.
Yeah, sure I will. When I got out of the Army, I was a young, carefree young man, and at one point I just decided, I lived in Southwest Florida, and I decided I'm going to travel to California. I was pretty much homeless. I wasn't working at the time, didn't have any money. I think I had about 90 cents in my pocket. A duffel bag with a blanket and some clothes. Didn't have any shoes though. And I stuck my thumb out and hitchhiked to California to go surfing, and just had a really great time. Spent about 3 months in there over at California, and I hitchhiked back to Florida with shoes on.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I actually got a job in California delivering boat trailers to the marina. So I made a little money there and then headed back to Florida.
Yeah. And then, of course, you met Debbie.
And that's what turned my life around, was meeting Debbie. That's what really turned my life around. And I really straightened up. If the military didn't do it, my wife did. or my girlfriend at the time.
Well, thank you. Thank you. You know, I wanted to congratulate you. The reason I think it's so special is because you started a small, just like us, and you really didn't have.
Dave, everyone starts off with 0 subscribers and 0 hours. Everyone does.
Right.
So, you're right.
And but not everybody sets aside their channel to help other people grow. And that's what you did. The reason I think that's special, because even before you really got even a little bit close, you were helping us build our channel. So I just want to say thank you so much. And yes, in the process, what you got is friends. You got subscribers, and your channel grew in the process just as a side effect. And here we are. Okay. So
Yeah.
in the process, you got loyal friends. The what okay, anyhow.
The people like
So last
Camper
night,
Life, Roy and Becky, I mean, a lot of them are here. RV Butterfly, I could go through this list. Justin,
yes,
Christina, Proceeding Onward America. I wish I could say them all here, and I don't want to skip anyone, but Jay Charles,
New
Forge,
Horizons and Lily.
Nomadic
Oh,
Hippie, Captain Jack.
yep. So last night we had a Blue Wave celebration, and we had a party. We had a great time. I tell you, I had so much fun. And just to end the conversation with you, Bob, I know people want to hear me say something different, I guess, but I just want to say, when I grow up, I want to be just like you and have a blingy hat celebration when I get monetized. Blingy hat. You know how I love my blingy
Everyone will wear a blingy hat.
hat. And the guys have to put bling on too.
Right.
Okay. All right. So I thank you for stepping in, and you can come back anytime right now during this stream if you
Great.
think. If
I'm
I
gonna
look at like
minimize, and I'll be right down there. Whoop, let me see, right down there if you need me for anything.
right, okay, and I
All right.
may.
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
Dee. You're
All
awesome.
right,
Thank you.
Bob. So the reason I decided to do the live stream, it's I did a video a while and said I really didn't want to do a live stream. I was scared of it, but also some of the reasons were there's so many people out there that do live streams, and I just felt I didn't really with that. I love watching. I love chatting in the live streams, and but I didn't think I really wanted to do it. But things have changed. I do realize one thing is reaches a lot of people, and you get to know a lot of people. They're trying to kind of go with this. Okay, here's the number one reason why I decided to live stream and also my videos. I want to be able to encourage more people. I want to interact with me, and we can do that in live comments from people. Sometimes I wish I could have responded right away. I wasn't able to do that on regular videos. I still don't want to do live, but I will do some. Anyhow, another thing, my faith in Yahweh God and Jesus Christ me and compels me to want to help others. That's why I do my videos, to help others that have rough times. I've had a difficult journey. I think I'm lagging. Pretty sure I am. But I've had a difficult journey in my life with so many struggles. But I wanted to count for something. And through my experiences, I hope that by sharing how I cope with it, we'll be able to people with their struggles. I'm not you. I'm not any different than anybody else. There are many people out and facing the same kinds of things that I did, and I didn't know where to turn, how to change things. If I can do it, I can. I just want to help that they are not alone. I'm not the typical RVer. Okay, most of the people are in the RV are RVers really. I'm I'm a nomad. I live in a 19 box truck, Chevy Express, which I converted myself. I'm sorry for the lag. People lagging a little bit, but anyhow, I live full time in this, and I've been for 4 years. For I able to do a lot of traveling, both for my financially. So I don't do a lot of art grants. Uh, so I have a very steep, but fell very far in my truck. I'm afraid and I wouldn't be able to cover it. Now, I share the good, ugly about my life. In the hopes there's able to see that their lives matter, lovable and valuable. Everyone faces challenges in this life, but choose and determination, they can meet them. Every single person here has a story. All these channels share a piece of themselves with the world. They share their experience, adventures, a smile, a lesson, something, a song, a poem, a letter, a wedding, a break, a recipe, a quote, whatever they're doing inner with, and they do it to encourage people and things out. I had gotten so much from this community, and I have been embraced you, not because I have anything or anything because I'm it, but just because you all have a heart and care about others. I told you if only in all its turmoil could come together like we do, this would be so. We reach one person at a time with acceptance. Yet we can show love to one another. You, you people, healing bomb. You heal me. I feel loved and cared about and supported, and I feel listened to. I know if I need anything, all I have to do is reach out. And it personally, you will help me find someone who can. Has had ignored me. 20 years, I worked hard to reconnect with them. Let go of my hurt. So I built up. I am in their lives again, a little bit. Still, I'm not close. They don't call or write, and once in a while they may watch videos, but they don't comment and encourage me. They don't really want to share this part of my life. My oldest sister has really been there for me through some of my struggles, but the only way I really hear is if I initiate a call. The rest of them are not really interested or available. My baby sister comments sometimes. I don't know if I really can maneuver that. I do have a couple of nieces have really supported me. Kind of getting a little off here. Okay, so here people, they encourage me. They People reach out to me more want to know that they are important. I get people time. Challenge them to. They say their families have forgotten them. I know that feeling. I want to make a difference. Help these people and each other. Every help these people. I put up walls so I wouldn't get hurt anymore. I didn't feel much of anything. Now I can see through your eyes. I don't much, but I get to share your travels and the places you go and see. Now, watch your videos. I can feel again. I I'm not numb anymore. I I feel excited. I feel sad and happy. And I feel glad and I laugh and I smile. I cry. And yes, sometimes but I feel this community has made me alive. I prayed about what I could share with you tonight. I see I may never get to. I know my prayers were answered because I was able to come on tonight and share with you. I also prayed that my family would see this and know that I really do love them too. In my videos, I share all about my life and my struggles. Tonight, I don't know, I was thinking about sharing something else. I watched Susan from New Horizons video the other night. She shares her life about and videos about places and things she goes for handicapped and disabled people. I guess I'm supposed to be on here for a while, so maybe I'll just go ahead and share. And anytime you want to come in, Bob, you can come in. I'm going to bring you in. You could just kind of, um,
Real quick, got me eating.
help. Thank you. Thank
From what I'm hearing, there's a little bit of a lag. It's not too bad, but from what I'm watching for StreamYard, it's running smooth. But they say when I'm in the stream, it's not quite as bad. So let's see if it helps with me being in here. But Susan is awesome. She's really got a good channel.
I didn't notice it till after you left. That's kind of funny. I wonder if I turn off my YouTube would help. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and shut off YouTube.
So
that'll help.
I did. Yeah. Anyhow, so I kind of this is a really emotional time for me, and what I was telling you I feel very self-conscious.
Oh, you're doing
um,
wonderful, Dee. People are loving what your story. You're such an open book. Everyone just loves you. Don't you worry about a thing. You're doing great.
well, Susan really touched my heart from New Horizons. She had me bawling, of course, and she talked about disabilities and handicaps, and she shared herself with us, something we haven't really seen from Susan. At least I haven't up until then. You all know I have health problems. I talk about it all the time on my videos. What you probably don't know that is that when I was in my 20s, was diagnosed. I wasn't diagnosed in my 20s. I was very sick in a great deal of pain throughout my body from the time I was in my early 20s. And I couldn't understand what was going on. I would go to the doctors and they couldn't figure anything out. Bob, tell me if this too personal. If
No,
you
no, no.
think
Go for it. It's good. New Horizons is here too now, just so you know. She's in the room. So, as one of your
we're good.
moderators, she's here.
Hello, Susan. I want to say hello to all of you people. I'm so glad you're here. I hope I don't bore you to tears.
Oh, you're
I,
killing it. You're doing such a good job. You're doing.
I just
Debbie
love
came
to.
in. Debbie just walked in and gave me a 2 thumbs up on how well you are doing. She's going, wow, she's doing good.
I love all you guys. You've helped me so much. You don't even. You have no watching a video of a special place you go to is does for me. You have no clue what it. I know I can't travel like some of you do, and I really do sometimes feel I'm right there with you when I watch your videos. Lily's beautiful photography. She touches
Yeah,
my heart.
she is.
Anyhow, back to what I was saying. So I was going back and forth to the doctor, and they couldn't figure out what's causing me so much pain. And finally, I had to move living. I moved from Southern California to Northern California, and I went to a doctor there, and I told him all my symptoms. I had pain. I had pain throughout my body. It moved all around. It was not always in the same place. I got to that doctor, and this doctor was amazing. He said, I know exactly what's wrong with you. Right after I told him my symptoms, he said, but I'm going to run some tests on you. So he said, I want to do some blood tests. I want to do some x-rays, and I want to send you to a neurologist. I thought a neurologist at that time was a brain doctor or something, that deals with mental illness or something. I don't know what I thought, but anyhow, it was scary. But anyhow, they ran a bunch of tests on me, and when I got back to him for the next appointment, he said, "Dee, it's just what I thought." He said it's fibromyalgia with chronic fatigue syndrome. If nobody knows what this fibromyalgia is, I'm going to pause for a second. I have to get my thoughts together here, but I think I can. Maybe I don't even have the notes. Bear with me, people.
Oh,
I
no
wanted
problem.
to
Take your time.
I wanted to describe what the fibromyalgia is. Well, anyhow, okay, I
Is
don't
she
have the notes
awesome
on
or
me. That's
what?
I'm done with the notes, okay? Because I am not organized
Scrap
enough.
the notes.
Anyway, so fibromyalgia, really, what it is chronic pain. Chronic pain is diagnosed for where you have pain, a lot of pain throughout at least 3 months steadily, consistently over a period of 3 months. And that's considered chronic pain. Fibromyalgia is chronic pain. And what fibromyalgia does is makes you're literally in serious pain. Some people have it worse than others. Unfortunately, I had a pretty strong case. And in the brain, there's neurocenters that cause you to be more sensitive to pain. And I'm not giving a very good description. I did a lot of research on what causes it. Triggers, certain things trigger this to come full force in your life. Maybe whatever was going on in my life is what caused me to hit me so hard. But along with fibromyalgia, it's very common to have chronic fatigue syndrome where you don't sleep and you're exhausted. And I was falling down all the time. I couldn't even hardly stand up. I was so weak and so tired all the time. And I was in so much pain. I was crying at night. And it was crazy. Along with that, I had a lot of other things. Anyhow, I don't want to go into too much detail about my other health conditions. But fibromyalgia is not life-threatening. There is no cure. There is no medication that really helps. I spent years and years. Like I said, I was in my 20s when I got sick. I was not diagnosed until I was about 30 years old. And the thing is, I suffered all those years. People thought it was all in my head. I don't look sick. Even today, I don't look sick to anybody. I still deal with the pain from fibromyalgia every day. Um, and sometimes it's worse and sometimes it's better. But I was on prescription drugs for all those years. All those years I took drugs. When it didn't work, they wanted to up the dose. Give me more. Take some more. Try this, try that. Really, there's really nothing that really helps fibromyalgia. I guess they've recently coming out with something like, I guess Lyrica's supposed to help, or Zymbalta. I don't know what the different medications are because now I refuse to take the medication. I stopped all my drugs. I don't take drugs anymore. The only drug I take is my thyroid medication because if I don't, I can't live. I will die. So I have to take the medication. What I do is I do a lot of over the counter and self therapy, I guess you would call it. I take a turmeric with ginger for pain, muscle rubs, things like that. I try to get a lot of exercise. The best medicine for pretty much any of the diseases like this is exercise. For many years, they denied fibromyalgia even existed. Really, only in the last few years have they decided it's a real disease and it's real and it's not in anybody's head. Imagine going through life feeling like nobody believes you, nobody understands, nobody accepts
Susan
you.
New Horizon was saying that the other night too. That that people didn't even believe her own family. So it's real what you're saying.
Exactly. Yeah, it is because that's true. If you don't look sick, people walk down the street and think there's nothing wrong. Not that we really want to bring attention to ourselves. We don't, you know. But the fact of the matter is, like she said, you pull into a handicap spot and I get out of my truck. I'm sure people think, God, she doesn't have a problem getting in and out of her truck. She can walk. What's her problem? Why she need a handicap plate?
Right.
Let me tell you something. I was in a wheelchair for 5 years. I couldn't walk. My legs would go out from under me. I was in so much pain all the time. I didn't even want to move. I didn't want to do anything. Then in the wheelchair, that's a struggle too. Anybody that's tried to maneuver a wheelchair, in and out of a door at the store. The doors are weighed a ton. You can't even open the doors. Imagine getting this happened to me. I got locked in a bathroom in a wheelchair because I could not open the door. I could not open the door and I couldn't get out. Somebody finally came in
Oh
and
my.
opened the door. But it was so scary. I mean, and trying to go up and down the curve in a wheelchair or with a walker, even a walker. I have a little friend. Some of you know her. Living Life with Letty Tippins. She has
Better for
rheumatoid.
you.
Yeah, rheumatoid arthritis. She's a wonderful lady, and she has to use a walker. And we were camping up at Lake Havasu. She couldn't move the walker on the rocks. It's not easy, people. It's I have so much compassion for people that I know so many people are in so much worse shape than me. Look at me. I can walk, I can talk, I can run. But I can do everything for myself. I can fix my own meals.
And you can stream.
She spends a great deal of her time in her van because she just it's a real struggle even to get out of bed for her. I just love Letty. I do love Letty. She's a real special lady. Anyhow, if you guys get a chance and you haven't never checked her out, I don't do a lot of shout outs, people, but I'm shouting out this lady, Living Life with Letty. She's
Camper,
special.
could you put a link in there, please? Put a link in there for Living Life with Letty, please. And real quick, if I could say,
And there's
it's so good that you're talking about this to everyone, Dee, because what you're sharing with everyone with your experience is you're helping others with this, learn how exercise is and natural, being just out in nature and exercise is good. And someone posted here too how who was it here? Real quick. Pasadena Sue. Exercise helps move nutrients through the body and remove waste products. That's why something like walking can help so much. And you're
yeah.
really educating people that have this, and people don't want to hear it from them because they don't believe them, and it could frustrate you. And then they hear you talk about it, and good for you and Susan and all of you people that good for you for the awareness you're bringing to people.
Kind of like Susan said, I've known people with fibromyalgia got so depressed they killed themselves, suicide, because nobody believed them. No, even their families, like
Right.
we talked about. So I don't really want to go on and on about my health problems, but I wanted you to know I can relate. I do understand, and there is recently, I just researched it about this. They have finally fibromyalgia doesn't come out in blood tests. It didn't show up in x-rays. There were no tests to figure out whether somebody actually had that. And all they had up until the past couple of years is the 18-point tender point test. They would actually push pressures on, there's 18 different spots on your body that they apply gentle pressure or different levels of pressure and determine how sensitive you are. So the thing is, nobody knew how to deal with this. So it was easier to say it's not a real disease. I had doctors that said, I don't believe in fibromyalgia. It was terrible. Oh, your own doctor, you know,
Yeah,
even
right.
after I was diagnosed and disabled because of it. So
Hmm.
anyhow, I worked for many years this with this disease. They used to call it a syndrome. A syndrome, whatever that means. Anyhow, so anyhow, the truth of the matter is, you know, here everybody, as we get older, we have more and more health problems, and not just people that have disabilities or chronic illness or serious things feel bad. I imagine even Bob has days when his body hurts and doesn't want to get out of bed. you
Sure.
know, he looks like the picture of him. but so do I guess. At least that's what people tell me.
Hmm.
Anyhow,
If you ever watch
that's
my videos close enough, you see me limping a lot of times. I've got a limp, and I've had some issues, but fortunately, I'm not on any medication. I'm thankful for that.
yeah, yeah. And I don't think medication is always the answer. Okay, what I shared is healing for me is community and love.
Oh, well, you've
People
got
that
a lot of
show
love headed your way.
people that that's a healing. You mental health is connected to physical health. I will say that. I know that's true. I've been living out here like this for 4 years. I was way sicker. I have my health has improved so much from getting exercise, fresh air, and community. You cannot imagine what I felt and looked like before. Maybe you can. I don't know. You saw probably some of Bob Wells' videos. I was not looking great still, though. But anyhow, but the truth of
Well,
the matter is,
it's true though. You've come a long way since those videos, Dee. It's absolutely true.
yeah, I just feel so much healthier, and mentally, I'm happier, and that's part of why I feel healthier. Okay, I know that's true. Mentally, I feel cared about. I feel I'm not alone anymore. So, what I wanted to say is, I wanted to add a little bit more to this conversation, not just about health. As we get older, I was starting to talk about as we get older, we do have health problems. And I get emails from people. I got 5 and 6 page emails from friends who say nobody cares about them. Nobody calls them. Nobody writes them. Their own children don't come to see them. People, listen to me. Getting old is no fun. Getting old is not fun. And when you have to do it all alone, it's even harder. Old folks need their families, and they're not dead yet. They have a lot to contribute. They have experience, they have memories, they have love, they have lessons to learn and to teach you. You can learn so much from old people.
They've been around
I'm
the
only
block a couple times, right?
I'm only 68 years old, but I'll tell you what, I've been around people that are 80 and 90 years old that have such a man, they're like an encyclopedia of knowledge. They have a lot to give us. And so don't discount an old person. I'm talking somebody older than 70, maybe. Okay, because I'm not there yet. I'm still young.
That's right.
So seriously, these poor people, they feel they're all alone in the world. They have nobody to turn to. They don't know where to go or who to talk to. They don't even have anybody to talk to. Why I get these emails? They said, Dee, I'm so inspired by you because you're doing it. I think you've given me the motivation to do it. And, to get out there and I'm what I'm saying is that these people from you guys, that all you people that are watching me today, you can share for these people who need you. These people that are completely alone. The people that have no answers. I can find out what I need to do about my medical on YouTube from RVers. Okay. What I need to do about car repairs from YouTube RVers or other channels on YouTube, not just RVers. I mean, I can learn how to eat better. I can learn how to get mental health. Whatever I need to know, I can find out from you guys. You can answer all my questions. And what I try to do is that when I get an email like that, I send them an email. I tell them, I don't have all the answers. I'm still learning. I am a work in progress. I don't know all the answers, but can promise you if you check on Google and YouTube, the search engines, type in a question, you can get an answer.
Mhm.
And a video will come up to tell you what you can do. Not all I can tell you was what I do. I can't give you all the answers. And sometimes you have to find out for yourself. Sometimes you have to just get out there and do it. That's what I did. Most of you know I was in a bad marriage, a bad relationship. I didn't know what I was going to do. I moved into my car. How I learned to move into my car? I watched videos on YouTube. I watched how to build a bed in my car.
You're
I watch
awesome.
how
You
to
are
set up
awesome.
storage in my car. And everything I learned about this life, I learned from other YouTubers or other RVers. I don't have much time we have left, but I feel I kind of rambled on. I went on and on. I don't want to bore people. I don't know what to say, Bob. I really
No,
feel
no,
like
you're nailing it. You're so good. I tell you, I feel younger when I travel. When I'm traveling, I just feel healthy and younger and just vibrant. I mean, I just love it. And so I know exactly what you're saying. I mean,
yeah,
you're nailing it. You're
yeah.
doing a great job. Let me tell you, you got
Yeah.
52 people in the house. You got 52 people in here, and
Wow.
that's really great,
Really?
man. Doing a
Wow.
good job.
Wow.
You're loved,
Wow.
girl. You are loved in this community.
Ah, that's amazing. Wow. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming. I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep this going for an hour. Yes, I could find other things to ramble on about, but I don't really wanna bore you. I mean,
No,
if
you're
you
not
have some
boring anyone. Let
questions,
me tell you, you only have 52
somebody
people in
has
because you're boring them.
if you have somebody questions that I can answer, maybe I can continue for a little bit longer.
Yeah, right here. I had a nursing home patient with both legs paralyzed and a wheelchair bound, and a poster of himself as a boxer, custom made by his son with the caption, "Getting old is not for wimps." You know what? Getting old's tough, but let me tell you one thing: it's better than the alternative.
Yes, that's true. That's true. That's true. You know, we all gotta just how we go. How
That's
we go.
right.
It's more important that me not how long we live, but our quality of it. Okay. I mean quality of life. That's what I'm doing. I have quality.
Yes,
I
yeah,
may
you
not
do.
live till 80 or 90 years old, but my life is full of adventure and excitement. I'm so busy, truthfully. I really. I'm so busy sometimes I have trouble finding time for myself. I get enough visitors at times. I can't take a break the whole day. I didn't even eat sometimes, literally. I mean, and I have so much to do with the video editing and trying to get videos going and trying I spend a lot of time. I try to go through each and every person's comments. And I will do that after this live stream, and I try to respond to as many comments as I can. I mean, the hearts and everything are great. I appreciate that. Just the fact that you liked whatever my content was. But really, tell me something that you liked about it.
Yeah,
I
no,
see the
you're
heart.
doing such a great job, and that's why your channel's growing so fast. Because you've only been doing this a few months, and you've got your subs you need. You're getting close to your hours, and you haven't been doing this that long. You grew fast. You're
It's
quite an
almost
inspiration for a lot of people.
almost 5 months. And yeah, I was never going to do YouTube. I was determined I would never do YouTube because I thought, you know, I just, I didn't think it was for me. But I
Yeah, and
found out I really like it.
yeah, it's good how you fill your time with something that you really love and care about too. And this community's something that you've really, you've grown to love it a lot. I know that you say you have more friends now than ever, and getting to do this is a great way for you to fill your time. And you're an awesome person. You're an inspiration to a lot of us. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, I mean, truthfully, I know I'm nothing special. Everybody out there is special. Okay, let's say that. Everybody out there is special. I'm nothing special, but
But you are.
what I do is I just want to share. I want to share myself with others, and something I was lacking all my life. I feel. See, I never felt loved. I never did. Um, Probably people loved me, but I never felt loved. And today, I know I'm loved. I don't have any doubts. I know a lot of people love me, including my family. They may not express it the way I want them to, but I do know they love me. And so, but see, I get my mind is mine is
No,
kind of
it's fine
going.
because I'm sitting here reading the chat and everyone's saying you are special. So well, you're wrong when you say you're nothing special because it would be nice to tell everyone you don't have to be special to do what you're doing. But in all honesty, you are special. You're a very special person. And whether you realize it or
Well,
not, you're an inspiration. You're just
you guys all make me feel special. Like I say, I never felt that before, but you make me feel special. I mean,
well, you didn't feel
everyone,
special
ev-
before you had an abusive husband. It's tough, when you have someone who isn't treating you like you're special. But you know, you're doing what you're doing now, and people see you for who you are, and you are special, and everyone knows that they love you, and it's just the way it is.
yeah. I do have unique problems. I am alone. Okay. I do live completely alone. There's times when I really do wish I had somebody to help me, doing things like lifting a 5-gallon jug of water. I can't do it. I use 1-gallon jugs to fill my 5-gallon jugs. You know, there's times when I wish I don't need a husband. I mean, okay, I'm sure I'm not gonna get in that to that subject. I'm sorry, I'm bouncing around like
No, no,
crazy right
that's
now.
good. That's good.
Um, I'm getting a little antsy. But anyhow, and I've been sitting a long time, so my butt, anyhow. But yeah, there's a lot of unique problems with being alone. You don't have, even if you take a trip, I bet Debbie does some driving. You don't have anybody to share with the driving part. No?
She doesn't drive.
Really?
She doesn't pull the
Oh,
trailer. I do all the
man,
driving. But I
if
tell
I
you
was
what,
Debbie,
it's still good to
I
have
would.
her. It's still nice to have her next to me, keeping me company. That's still nice, though. So
And she keeps you awake when you're on the road if you're
sure,
getting tired of talking to
yeah.
you. Yeah, so little things. I mean, being alone is not always easy. I mean, but I don't have any but to argue with and fight. I don't have to be told what to do. I don't have to cook a meal at 6 o'clock.
Right.
I mean, I don't have to go to bed at 9 o'clock because somebody wants me next to them. You
Right.
know, that's I can wear clothes when I sleep if I want to.
It's what he's
I
saying.
know. I,
You're right.
I don't like to sleep without pajamas or something on. That's the way I am. So when you have somebody else, and I was on a live stream the other night. All the questions were geared about couples. Hey, guess what? I can answer those questions, but I'm not a couple.
I
So
remember
that's
you
okay.
were in there and you said, "Okay, guys, I'm leaving now," and you went ahead and left because you just didn't feel like this really pertained to you. I was in that. I was actually in that stream, and I saw you go.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, see you all later. I knew why you were leaving. You just felt like this isn't for me.
And you know what? That's okay because I don't have to be involved in everything that's going on. It's okay. And everybody doesn't have to love everything. My hat is crooked. Hey, can I take it off? That's enough, okay? Okay. Seriously, no, I don't feel like. I mean, we're all different, and every channel has their own spit they're about. Okay, so that's okay. What I like to do is go into a live stream, see how it's going. If nothing appeals to me about it, I'm gonna leave. You know, but I'm gonna be polite. And I'm gonna find somebody else. It seems like there's always two or three or four live streams going on at the same time, and I can find another one, which I did that day. I can't remember who else was live streaming at the same time, but I went on and I found things that I felt comfortable with. I'm not uncomfortable with couples stuff. That's okay, but sometimes I don't. I kind of feel like I'm not part of that. That's all.
Hmm.
So
Well, I'll tell you what, time flies because we've only got 10 minutes left for your hour to be up. If you want us to only do an hour, you can do that as long as you want. I'm just saying, time flies when you're doing these streams because you didn't think you could get through an hour. You told me that earlier. You said, I
no,
want to be able
no, I really did.
to do whatever you're comfortable doing, but we're getting close to an hour. So you're doing a great job, Dee. You really are.
Well, thanks, and I just want to thank everybody for coming. Thank you for all your support. I really appreciate it. I thank you for all your comments. I'm gonna go back and look at the comments on this live stream because I'm sure there are people that I wish I had being being able to see it. My eyes are so bad. I really can't see the comments real clearly. I can see some of them, but I'm not as clearly as I would like to. If I'm going to do a live stream, I'm by myself. People will have to be patient with me as I go through the chat, and of course, I'm not always going to be looking at my
I
audience
mean, come
when I'm
on,
doing
D.
that.
Come
So,
on, D. You didn't read every comment that was posted. Come on.
no, no,
That's
I
hard.
didn't. I
It's
wish I
hard.
Hello,
I
Mike and MJ. I see them out there. Camper Live. I want to say hello to a few people. Daydream about nice things. The clumsy vegan. There are so many people that I know out there. You're all my friends, and I'm thankful. I'm so grateful you're
got
here.
58 in the
Susan
house.
from New Horizons. Captain Jack Scrapper. Oh, I just love Captain. Ahoy, mate.
I ate
Burning up
last
the
week.
roads, Roy and Becky's I mean, I can't name you all, but I'm just so glad you're all here. And then I wish I could name a Happy Place Diaries, proceeding onward in America. Thank you, Linda Barker, Charles Outdoors. Gosh, you guys are amazing that you came to see me.
Yeah,
I'm really glad. I think I had a really good time. RV Dog is in there too.
yeah.
I just had a really good time doing this. I was scared to death. I got through it thanks to Bob and Roy. Have helped me so much to do this live stream. And um,
Yeah.
Giddy Up Gal
Roy and
Gypsy
Becky's
Adventure.
adventures. Good job.
Yes. You guys, if you're not already subscribed to these people, please do so. And if you, it's important when you watch a live stream, look at the people that are there. Check if you don't know them, click on their little picture. That's all you have to do. Then it'll come up and say, "Go to channel." You can go to the channel, click on subscribe, then go back to them later to check them out. And when you do that, your live stream will still show in your box. So you're not going to lose the live stream that you're in. So you can still go back to that or click on your browser so you can get back to the live stream and worry about that because I really was confused about how to do stuff. So anyhow, but check out people, find out who they are. And if you don't like them, okay, you just clicked on the subscribe button to go check them out. Okay, go watch a video. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. they're not going to know any different. At least you check them out, So I don't have enough hours in a day to watch everybody's videos. I watch as much as I can. If somebody comes over, I can't watch a live stream. I tell my guests, sorry, go. You're going to have to come back another time. I have a live stream. I did yesterday, however, and today. But no. So check these people out if you don't know them. And that's why they're sharing their lives. And a lot of people here are YouTubers, but not everybody here is it. I have a lot of subscribers that are not YouTubers, that just come and support my channel, and they they encourage me and they make comments. And thank you all for the people that don't do content videos.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing yourselves with us, and we appreciate it, and we hope that we can put out stuff that makes your life easier and helps you.
They're the
I
easiest
think
subscribers to have, aren't they? The non-content creators, so
oh yeah,
nice to have, because you don't have to go watch their videos and stuff to keep them happy. I mean, it's,
right,
they're just watching your content, so it's really cool. But we do. You have a great community, and you have a good following here. I mean, you've got 60 people in the room. Good for you. You're rocking. You did a great first stream. Wow.
well, I appreciate all you guys. I will continue to put out videos. I will do another live stream. I don't know when, but I'm sure I'll do another one, and maybe I'll continue to do them. But I thank you all for coming today. Bob, thank you so much for helping me keep
Thank you.
kind
And
of
we've got
focused
some
and
great content creators in here too. Let me tell you what, the channel in here right now is full of some good content creators as well as the non-content. Good job, D. I'm going to go ahead and step down here and let
thank
you
you.
wrap it up if you want, but I'll be right down here if you need me for anything.
All right, I think I'm gonna say good night or goodbye. It's probably nighttime for a lot of you people. I started here at 2 o'clock Mountain, but in the East Coast, it's what going on? I don't know, 2 or 3 hours later. So thank you all for coming. Thank you for watching my live stream and supporting me, and I hope you'll continue to come back to my channel. Um, keep commenting, putting the thumbs up. Hope you hit the thumbs up button on my channel on this live stream. That'll help. And so I'm sure I'll soon. Uh, I can't thank you enough. I've had a good time. Thanks. Bye bye. And just in broadcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's give it a little time to catch up.